Hello dolls, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be creating some happiness with a seashell wind chime. I love how this came out. It goes perfectly with the seashell decor on our apartment balcony, and it was super easy to make. I really think you dolls are going to love it. All the supplies used in this video are from Dollar Tree. Don't forget to check the description box for a full list of everything I used, as well as links for where to buy them. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And I'd like to thank you in advance for watching this video and choosing happiness. This is the cage I will be using. I found it in the garden section of Dollar Tree. The first thing I did was spray paint it white. Of course, you can choose any color you want. Also, you might find it helpful to remove the chains used to hang the cage by simply unhooking it. In addition to spray painting the chains, I went in with a tiny paintbrush because it was a little difficult getting full coverage with the spray paint. While that dries, it's time to cut the twine. There are 9 spokes sprouting from the center of the cage, so I cut 9 pieces of twine, 12 inches long. Then I cut another 9 pieces of twine, 24 inches long. The 12 pieces, the 12-inch pieces are going to go on the bottom of each spoke. The 24-inch pieces are going to go in between each spoke. And that is going to give our wind chime 2 different lengths of hanging seashells. It might be helpful to lay out the pieces of twine like I did here to see where you would like to place each seashell and or how many seashells you want on each string. For the 12-inch strings, I used 3 seashells and left about 2 inches of twine at the top. For the 24-inch strings, I used 5 seashells and left about 2 inches of twine at the top as well. I left the 2 inches so I would have enough twine to tie onto the cage. Altogether, I used 72 shells, which equals to about 4 bags of seashells. When you are done with that, it's time to prep the shell.
Hey dolls, so what I did here is I just took some wood glue. It's super glue. You could use this, or you could use E6000 glue, or you could even use regular Elmer's glue if you want to, because we're going to be taking the tape and going over it. So what I did, how I prepared all the seashells here, is that I took this glue and I just did a line of it on each of the seashells, as you can see here, and I'm just going to let it sit for maybe about 15 minutes, like 10-15 minutes, because you don't want the glue to be like super wet. It's easier to work with if it's just a little tacky but not like really wet. So I did that about 5 minutes ago, so I'm gonna let it sit for maybe about another 5 minutes. And then we are going to add the strings.
I also cut 72 tiny pieces of clear tape so they will be ready to go on the back of the shells when I need them. While the glue is drying, I am going to wrap the cage with my net. There's really no specific way to do this, just wrap it until you're satisfied with the way it looks. Then I am going to glue my glass bowl to the center of the cage. After that, I filled the bowl up halfway with sand and stuck in a few seashells for decoration. By the time you're done with that, the shell should be ready to go on the twine. And all I did was take the twine, stick it into the glue, and apply tape over top of it. Once that dries, the shell strings are ready to be tied to the cage. To attach the shell strings to the cage, you're going to want to hang the cage on something sturdy. Then apply some glue to the top of the string where we left the 2 inches and tie that around the spoke. Now for the 24-inch shell strings, notice where I am tying it, and I actually left about 4 inches at the top of the 24-inch string, not 2 inches like I did for the 12-inch strings. So I'm actually tying it on the top of the cage in between the spokes, whereas the 12-inch shell strings went on the bottom of the spokes. You can switch this up however you like it. You can do vice versa, or you can alternate between the spokes, doing one short string, then one long string. It's whatever you prefer. Just make sure each string is even with the previous string you tied, and you can do this by checking the bottom of the wind chime where the seashells are hanging. That completes our seashell wind chime. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video.